It's fascinating to see how Trump's stance on abortion has evolved over the years. He's gone from being pro-choice to supporting a federal ban, and now he's back to saying it should be left to the states. What do you make of this?
It's definitely a complex issue, and Trump's shifting positions only add to the confusion. It seems like he's trying to appeal to both sides of the aisle, but it's hard to see how he can satisfy everyone.
I think it's important to remember that the abortion debate is about more than just the legal right to abortion. It's also about access to health care, economic opportunity, and women's rights in general.
That's a very important point. The issue of abortion is deeply intertwined with other social and economic issues, and it's important to consider all of those factors when discussing this topic.
It's going to be fascinating to see how this issue plays out in the election. It's clear that it's a major concern for many voters, and it's likely to be a key factor in determining the outcome.
I agree. It's a very complex and sensitive issue, and it's one that's going to be debated fiercely in the coming months. It's going to be a very interesting election.
I think it's telling that he refused to say whether he would veto a national abortion ban. It suggests that he's not entirely comfortable with the issue, and he's trying to avoid making a definitive statement that could alienate voters.
That's a good point. It's also interesting that his running mate, J.D. Vance, said he would veto a ban, but Trump distanced himself from that statement. It seems like there's a disconnect between their positions.
It's clear that abortion rights are a major issue in this election. The overturning of Roe v. Wade has energized both sides, and it's likely to be a key factor in determining the outcome.
Absolutely. The debate over abortion rights is deeply personal and political, and it's going to be a major battleground in the coming months.
Do you think Trump's stance on abortion will ultimately hurt or help him in the election? It seems like he's trying to walk a fine line, but it's hard to see how he can please everyone.
It's hard to say for sure. Some voters may be turned off by his ambiguity, while others may appreciate his willingness to leave the decision to the states. It's going to be interesting to see how this issue plays out in the campaign.
It's also worth noting that Trump has been criticized for his comments about punishing women who seek abortions. That's a very controversial stance, and it's likely to alienate some voters.
Yes, that was a very inflammatory statement, and it's one that he's tried to walk back since then. But it's clear that he's not afraid to make bold statements, even if they are unpopular.